Earlier, we spoke exclusively with the incoming chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Mike Turner, who said the risk of nuclear conflict remains, quote, high and constant. You get regular briefings in Ukraine. What is Vladimir Putin's objective for 2023?
Well, he has shown no indication of stopping, and we're going to go into the winter period, so people believe that there'll be, some diminishing of the overall of the conflict. Although the conflict now is largely missiles that are coming from Russia into Ukraine at the energy infrastructure. But after the winter, absent a significant shift by Putin, which we see no indication of occurring, he will have regrouped. He will have, replenished his military, and the conflict will probably continue.
This week, the Russian military released video reportedly of an intercontinental ballistic missile being primed. Is the risk of nuclear war increasing?
I think it's been high and constant, and this is a thing that I believe needs to change our policy and European policy as we go into next year, and that is, our view had been that. We wanted to be hesitant to deploy missile defense technology because we wanted to maintain the deterrence equality between Russia and the United States. Now that we see that Russia is reckless, that Russia is willing to threaten nuclear weapons and hold the whole world hostage with nuclear war, and perhaps maybe even do so, and that they have in their inventory, they've designed their inventory so that there are small nuclear weapons which would be more suited for a conflict that would still kill perhaps millions of people. The United States and Europe needs to step up and deploy missile defense technology to protect the West and to protect the United States.
This week, House Republicans on the Intelligence Committee released a report on the COVID-19 origins. What are the top-line findings?
I was surprised because I did not believe that the administration's unclassified report reflected what was in the administration's own classified report. So we start there with, we think that the American public are given a misconception of what even our intelligence community knows.
You've seen both sets of intelligence, the classified and the unclassified. Who or what benefited from the discrepancies?
Well, obviously China did, because if one is more condemning than another, and I believe, the classified version.
Saying the classified version
I think the classified version
critical.
gives people a much more critical view of China in this process.
As the chairman of the committee in the new year, if there's no further cooperation from the intelligence community on documents, are you willing to subpoena the director of national intelligence?
Any subpoena that comes from us is going to go to the director of national intelligence. So it's not necessarily that you're pulling Avril Haines herself in to testify pursuant to a subpoena. But yes, we will be issuing subpoenas on these materials and on this information. And I'll give you one example, and we raise it in the report. When the Biden administration's report was issued from the intelligence community in group, we asked, show us the information that you looked at that substantiates your conclusions and your assessments.
So the underlying evidence is what you were asking for.
And we asked, who did you talk to? Because they went to outside experts. Now, you want to know who they talked to for two reasons. One, you can look at those individuals and also assess, do they have any bias? What are their expertise? But also you can look at who they didn't talk to, because sometimes who they didn't talk to can be just as important as to who they did.
There's been no accountability, certainly no transparency about the origins of COVID-19. What is the impact for the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party? Well,
China's getting a pass. I mean, they're not being held accountable. There are people who are even afraid to say that the virus originated from China. Nevertheless, even how it did, or to review how it did. But that's our job, and it's important to the American people. The devastation that this wreaked on the worldwide economy, on the human loss of life, certainly is staggering and justifies a true evaluation of what are the origins of COVID-19, how do we avoid this in the future? Were people doing nefarious activities? And if so, who were they, and holding them accountable?
On the House leadership race, will Kevin McCarthy become the Speaker in January?
Absolutely. He's a leader. He has proven himself, and I believe he will absolutely have the support to be Speaker, and he's going to be a great Speaker.
Congressman Biggs told a radio show that he has enough quiet support that Kevin McCarthy won't be elected on the first ballot. Is the congressman a serious challenger?
No. When we go into next year, it's going to be very important that Congress function and Kevin is that leader who's going to be making certain that Congress functions and we get our job done and that we serve the American people.
Well, it's got to get to 218, and there's been a lot of discussion over the last few weeks whether he can get there. Do you see a scenario where a consensus candidate could be put forward?
No, I'm very confident that Kevin will be the next speaker.